Do you top frag one game and feel useless when you queue again? Is your aim crispy one day and then shaky the next? Struggles with consistency are super common in competitive games, and it's one of the most frustrating things to deal with when trying to improve. This video is sponsored by Insights GG. I'm going to give you 5 tricks you can use to give yourself a much better chance to play your best every time you load into the server. This might be a bit of a generic tip and one that I've probably talked about before. However, I cannot stress enough the importance of developing a consistent warm-up routine and doing it every single time you log into Valorant for the day. It doesn't have to be complex or long, but in addition to helping you get your hands, eyes, and aiming skills ready to play, it will also potentially even more importantly help your mental game. All elite athletes have extensive pre-game rituals to try and cultivate a consistent and calm mental state before playing. Think about it kind of like a cooking recipe. Sure, you could throw random ingredients from your fridge and spices into a big pot and hope for the best, or you could follow some simple steps and be able to recreate the same delicious food over and over again. Likewise, a good warm-up routine gives you a consistent place to start playing from every single time. If we hit 10,000 likes on this video, I will make a full video warm-up routine that you guys can use every time you want to play the game. This one is my little hack for people who play multiple agents or roles. There are already a lot of moving parts in Valorant and new agents always on the horizon. As your agent pool expands or you are forced to fill, you might find yourself unable to keep up with all the lineups and setups needed to play a variety of agents at a relatively high level. To combat this, I started spending a few minutes in a custom game every day and just figuring out a few useful lineups or utility combinations on agents that I like to play on a single map. When I get a good one, I quickly record the execution of that play or lineup and then file it away in my catalog of folders that are broken down by agent and map. Now, when I need to pick up a Viper on Icebox randomly or a Killjoy on Ascent, for example, I can easily refresh my memory about a couple super useful utility plays that I might otherwise forget in the moment. Over time, you can build up a huge amount of knowledge without having to actually retain all of it constantly in your brain. You might have also noticed that I'm using the Insights Capture tool from the sponsor of this video, Insights.gg, to make this process easier. The video recording app lets you quickly record, clip, sort, and store video files in a super seamless way, and you can also use Insights to track your in-game stats and quickly find highlight clips or perfect lineups from your games using their built-in review tool that marks kills, deaths, and assists on your timeline. Get Insights Capture from the link below. The next tip is a super practical one that I always try to remind myself of when I'm having a rough couple of games. When you're constantly dying early or your team is getting steamrolled, it's super easy to start overplaying the game. And what I mean by that is when you're bottom fragging, you can start getting really desperate to get kills and contribute in a measurable way, but this usually results in taking more chances and getting rolled even harder. Instead of looking at the scoreboard and thinking about kills, think about how you can make the game as frustrating as possible for the other team to play. You're probably frustrated already, so instead of taking that anger out on your teammates or just playing worse, take it out on the other team by playing as annoyingly as possible. Get ratty, stay alive for as long as you can. Even on eco buys and in 1v5 situations, just focus on doing as much damage as possible and making the other team hate you with their entire being. You'll know you're doing your job well when they start all chatting you to hurry up and stop playing like a coward. The side effect of this mind state is that you'll start playing fundamentally better Valorant a lot of the time and whittling away at both the economy and mental state of your opponents. No matter how good your mentality is, a seemingly endless string of losses or rough games will eventually get to you. Setting a stop loss is a habit used a lot in things like investing or poker, where you decide on a set amount that you're willing to lose before stopping. This way, you give yourself a clear rule of something like, after 3 losses in a row, I log off and do something else or play on an alt account. When it feels like nothing is going your way, the absolute best thing you can do is to just stop playing and wait for a while for everything to reset. Chasing RR that you've already lost is the fastest way to just donate a lot more of it to other people. Let me give you one more bonus tip before ending the video. Everyone struggles with consistency. It can be extremely easy to lose confidence if you start losing or whiffing a bunch, and this lack of confidence will usually spiral into a bigger losing streak. Just remember though, that even the best players in the world miss easy shots and sometimes even bottom frag in games they should be dominating. So if they aren't perfect, why do you have to be? Do the best you can and just keep improving.